First off, Trump's saying the crime statistics are all baked. He's following John Lott and saying, "Hey, these things in D.C." I want to get to that in a second, but right now, you've also got an idea of how you audit all this crap and actually get to the bottom of it. Because who knows who's funding this thing? Who knows where the cash is coming from? These NGOs are all front groups for a bunch of Marxists or Islamists. How do we do it, sir?
Well, all these nonprofits that have been getting these billions of dollars from the federal government have to fill out each year what's called a 990 form that they go and they give to the IRS. Now, traditionally, the IRS, while they can audit these things, pretty much just lets nonprofits just go by. They spend their time auditing people who are actually paying taxes into the IRS, and that's understandable. But we're talking about real money here, and it'd be nice to know whether the money is going to places where all these nonprofits have claimed. I mean, you just had Naomi Wolf and talking about kind of all the shell games. They're being played with money. We know there have been some news reports about that happening with regard to the organizations that have been getting these many tens and hundreds of billions of dollars from the federal government. Well, let's have the IRS go and check them. And you should check all of them. Don't make it look like you're just going after Democrats, though the vast majority of these nonprofits are money that's funneled to Democrat organizations.
I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing it. I'm a maximalist. I have no problem. I have no problem going after they say you're going after these Democratic organizations because they're all a bunch of left-wing organizations. So how is this something that Scott Bessent, now that runs the IRS, has to do? I mean, how do we get the action? How do we get the ball rolling? What is your recommendation?
Well, the IRS has authority to go and audit these nonprofits, these 990s. They technically go and run it through a computer program just to go and flag it, but basically the parameters there are set up so broadly that they just don't ever really audit, as far as I can tell, these nonprofit organizations. And again, that's understandable. That's not where the money is as far as revenue coming into the IRS. But it's relevant for all the money that's been going out.
Yeah.
And somebody needs to go and audit these things. And I suspect we'll find a lot of irregularities that, the news media and others haven't picked up on.
I got to bounce real quickly. President Trump has now put out, I think overnight, that he's furious about the gun decking of the crime statistics in D.C. What would be your recommendation, John Lott, the first thing he should have his team focus on?
Well, they need to go and audit these things. But the most basic thing is just to get statements from police officers. The police union has been complaining for years about how they're manipulating the crime data. You take something that's a felony and you'll have some police captain or somebody else that will go and require that they have to go and move it down to a misdemeanor. So it's not going to end up being in the data that the city reports or end up getting into the FBI data that's there. You just had the mayor wants to go and claim, well, this is just limited to one precinct. The police union, their response has been that this is, quote, preposterous, end quote. They have statements from all sorts of police officers all around the district there saying that they're constantly having pressure put on them to underreport different types of measures of crime in order to make the city look like it's improving. But look, even if you believe these numbers that are cooked, D.C. has a horrible crime rate, even if you accept somehow that they're legitimate.
John, where do people go to get all the information that you put out, sir?
Thanks. And go to our website at crimeresearch.org, crimeresearch.org. We have all the crime data for D.C. as well as the statements from the police officers.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.